Hello Shadow Earites and YouTubers, it's Pat J here from Enlisted to Endure, a Christian gaming community, and I'm here to give you a tutorial on how to play Meltdown. So Meltdown is a very exciting and interesting way to play Shadow Era. The game mechanics are the same, you still play allies, abilities, weapons, armors, but unlike in a normal game where there are class and faction restrictions, in Meltdown there's no such thing. So a warrior can use mage abilities and a shadow hero can use human allies, for example. So it's a very interesting format. You can come up with some crazy card combinations that you would obviously not see in a normal game, so it's a very fun way to play Shadow Era. And you can also make a lot of gold playing the format, even foil legendary cards. So let's get into it. The way to play a Meltdown game is you hit the menu button, hit the challenge button, then go down to Meltdown, and it brings you to this screen. So there's two stages to Meltdown. First stage is you construct a deck. Second stage is you play with that constructed deck. So it's not as if you bring your own cards to the game. You have to draft your own deck or build your own deck. So as you can see, the screen is telling you to choose 4 packs to begin. So you have a choice between Call of the Crystals, Dark Prophecies, and Shattered Fates. So you need to choose a combination of the 3. So normally the best combination does include Call of the Crystals, because they have a lot of good draw cards, allies, board control, so that is probably one of the best ones to choose. Shadow Fates is also quite good because you get quite a number of allies. So let's just go ahead and open this combination and hit the next button. So as you can see, we've opened the pack, and we have 4 heroes to choose from. So that would be the first thing to do. Now generally allies that do direct damage to the hero or to allies are best because they help you to gain board control. Weapon-based heroes are good also, like Serena, but you need to double check that there are a number of weapons for you to use, else that would be quite hard. So you can go ahead and let's just go ahead and choose Aladdin. And as you can see, these are the other cards in the deck. So we need to choose at least 29 other cards. So we need to construct a deck that has at least 30 cards. So you can use the filter here and just have a look at your allies. Now for a deck, I would recommend at least half your deck devoted to allies. If you don't have enough allies, then it could be quite difficult to use. So as you can see in this combination of the 4 packs, we've only got 10 allies, which is probably not ideal. Let's go have a look at the abilities. Now the abilities, as you can see, we have a number of abilities, but what we're looking for is draw cards. That's probably the second most important thing in Meltdown, to make sure that you can draw cards. So we have a draw card here in the form of Hunter's Gambit, that's good. We've also got Surprise Attack, not a very stable draw card, but nonetheless it will help us to draw. Let's look into the items. Bazaar is not the best draw card since it's not unilateral. It gives your opponent draw cards as well. Let's have a look at armors. So yeah, there's not much draw cards here. The third thing we'll be looking for is board control cards. So cards that help you deal with your opponent's allies to gain board control. So we've got Crippling Blow, which is a very good draw card, which is a very good board control card. We've got Ice Storm. We've got Now You're Mine. Death from Above is excellent. So this combination is quite good when it comes down to board control. We've got a number of cards that we can use. Now probably the fourth thing you'll need is item destruction. So Smashing Blow is good. Stop Thief is very good. Acid Jet, Shriek of Vengeance. So just on balance, those four things lows, we don't have enough allies, probably don't have enough draw, but we have enough control card, that's board control cards, and item destruction. So we probably won't be able to construct a good deck. So given that's the case, we don't have to construct and press the start button to enter a game. We can actually leave. So leaving means that we can go back to the Meltdown and choose a different combination of packs, hoping for better cards to construct a better deck. So this is not a bug. This is quite intended play. It's not going against the spirit of the game to do this. You are allowed to do this. So let's just try a different combination. Let's go like this. Okay, so we've got a different heroes and different cards, as you can see. Let's go with maybe Skurvox, because his ability, all opposing allies are disabled until the start of your next turn and unpoisoned, helps us to control the board. So that is that's a good ability to use. Now let's have a look at allies. Now we've got plenty of allies, which is good, much better than the combination before. So let's just go ahead and add them all. Paying attention to the ones that help us draw cards. So we've got Night Owl, that helps us draw cards. Twilight, yep, we'll just pretty much add them all. But the ones that I haven't added are the low CC cost ones. So these three here, because I don't think that they're very strong, so I won't add them. We've got 20 allies, which is quite healthy. That's great. Now again, we're looking for draw cards, so we've got one draw card in the form of Night Owl here, and we've got Stardust Extractor. Draw a card, Stardust Extractor's health and base attack are reduced by 1. So that is sort of a draw card as well. Treasured Heirloom is a draw card, that's great. Silent Strike is a cantrip whereby you cast it and draw cards, so it replaces itself. That's good. Reconnaissance, yes, that's another cantrip. Campfire Stories is a cantrip too, but it's not really that useful. Healing your allies by 2. So that's it for abilities. Let's look at items for draw. Ill-Gotten Gains is definitely a draw card. Wizened Staff is definitely a draw card. Crystal Shards is a draw card, but our deck isn't really based on this card, so we won't add that. Luton's Baton is sort of a draw card when we kill an ally with it, so let's go with that. So yes, so we've got quite a lot of the draw element completed. Let's move on to the next element, which is board control. So cards that are going to help us to control the board. Life Infusion is quite good. It will help to preserve that ally to stay on the board. Also works quite well with Chimera and also Stardust Extractor. Works quite well. Good synergy there. Death from Above is definitely a good one. Energy Extraction. Target friendly ally is killed and your hero loses 1 shadow energy. Target opposing hero or ally takes damage equal to the cost of that killed ally. So that is quite good for 3 CC. I mean, we could use it on Phoenix Urigan since it comes alive after death. It grows to 3/5, but a blaze, so that could be a good combo. And we're up to 29 cards already. Lightning Strike is definitely helps us keep board. Righteous Strike and Shocking Grasp. We could use those, but not for now, since our deck is full. Lastly, Item Destruction. So Acid Jet is definitely one. That's about it. There's no more item destruction. So having a look at all the other items and weapons, this is looking quite good. This is looking quite good. The only one that I wouldn't really include is, let's maybe take out the Luton's Baton, because if we have Wizened Staff there already, we won't be able to really use it, because I'd prefer Wizened Staff, to be honest. So let's go with that. So that's our deck. So we've created a deck, and all we need to do is press start, and that will enter a game at the cost of 200 gold. Now you might think 200 gold is quite costly to play Meltdown, but at the end of the week you do get a share of the jackpot, and if you play enough games, then generally with a good win rate you'll have a decent profit in gold. So you might need to fork out quite a lot of gold, generally up to 15,000 gold, to play enough games to make a decent profit, even at the low win rates. But that's how it works. If you'd like more information, there's a link in the description which tells you more about how to make money from Meltdown. So definitely check that out. So that's pretty much it. Oh, a few other points is that you don't get to keep any of these cards at the end of the match. And another thing, let me just leave. Let me just leave for now. Another thing is, if you do the same combination of cards, you get the same heroes and the same cards. So it's not as if you can choose the same combination of cards and get a different result. Only when you choose a different combination of packs will you get a different set of cards. So pretty much your job is to find the right combination of packs and build the best Meltdown deck. That is what you need to do. And you need to do this quick as well, because time is money. At the end of the day, the person who plays the most and wins the most is going to get most of the gold. So you can't afford to really spend a lot of time going through all the different combinations to get the right deck. Once you feel like it's good enough, you should just go with it, because you want to spend more time playing, and you want to try to make the most of your time so you can squeeze more games in. That's what I'm trying to say. That's pretty much it. To summarize, we want to look for allies. At least half of the deck devoted to allies. We want cards that help us draw cards. We want cards that help with board control, and we want item destruction. Those are the 4 basic things. You can read up on a few other guides that go into more detail about like direct damage, and creating like mill decks, creating weapon-based decks. But in terms of a basic ally deck, those are the 4 basic things you need to look for. So yeah, I hope that's been helpful. And the next video I'll just we'll actually play with the deck we constructed earlier. So we'll see you then.